Hi, welcome back to Readings and Commentary with Insane Sam. These are readings from history, philosophy, poetry, literature, just anything with the written word that I like that I think you might like and I can share with you. All the readings this week are going to come from Winston Churchill. You know, my dear old dad, the only time I ever saw him actually with tears in his eyes was when the family was gathered around in the TV room. That's how long ago this was. You know, people had one TV in their house in a TV room. And we were watching Winston Churchill's funeral. And it's the only time I ever saw my father cry, and I never forgot that. But anyway, Winston Churchill was an awfully inspiring guy. World War II started in September 1939 when the Germans invaded Poland. The war started off mostly through Eastern Europe and was getting closer and closer to England until France finally fell. Winston Churchill wound up getting made Prime Minister of England in early 1940, and he gave a series of speeches in early and mid-1940 that were inspired the British people to do almost the unimaginable in defending their island. So his first speech to Congress after being named Prime Minister was his famous Blood, Toil, Sweat and Tears speech. And I'm going to read to you just the end of that speech. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. We have before us an ordeal of the most grievous kind. We have before us many, many long months of struggle and suffering. You ask, what is our policy? I can say, it is to wage war by sea, land, and air, with all our might and with all the strength that God can give us. To wage war against a monstrous tyranny never surpassed in the dark, lamentable catalogue of human crime. That is our policy. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word. It is victory. Victory at all costs, victory in spite of all terror, victory however long and hard the road may be. For without victory, there is no survival. Let that be realized. No survival for the British Empire, no survival for all that the British Empire has stood for, no survival for the urge and impulse of the ages that mankind will move forward towards its goal. But I take up my task with buoyancy and hope. I feel sure that our cause will not be suffered to fail among men. At this time, I feel entitled to claim the aid of all, and I say, come then, let us go forward together with our united strength. If this was before the United States was in the war. It was right at about the time France was being defeated in the war, and that was Churchill's first address to Parliament after his appointment. So with that, that's the end of this reading. So do me a favor. Press subscribe and subscribe to it. Tell your friends to subscribe. And with that, Insane Sam out.